I put my faith in you. They turn their backs on you. Man, I'm never going back. Man, I'm never going back. I put my faith in you. They turn their backs on you. Man, I'm never going.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing today? It's your girl Rebel Ray.
And I'm Mark Collins.
And we're the host of Against All Odds podcast. And we want to welcome you today. Today is kind of a laid back day, kind of catching you up on current events, some things that have been happening in Stockton and Greater San Joaquin. It looks like we're definitely going to be catching on here and opening up in the pandemic. After the pandemic, the governor has said that we're going to be open up around June 15th. So California, a lot of the businesses, small business owners, if you are a small business owner, we're excited about it.
I'm ready. I ain't gonna lie. I'm tired of being inside. I'm tired of not having nothing to do. I'm tired, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of people dying. It's a lot of people still dying. A lot of people still sick. And there's nothing we could do about that at this point. Mm-hmm. But get vaccinated, or just be safe. That's pretty much all we can do.
And a lot of people are still on the fence about vaccinations. If you're like myself, who actually got COVID twice. I actually got COVID twice, y'all. And I'm okay with saying that. I'm alive and we're well. It has been some effects and symptoms of the actual test. So what are they saying? Johnson? Did they pull Johnson?
I think one of the symptoms was being able to eat crickets without having a stomach.
You're not even going to talk about that. Listen,
I told y'all going to hear about that for 6 months. I ate a worm, y'all, okay? I ate a worm on the last show, and it wasn't a pretty sight, okay? It wasn't a pretty sight at all.
Let me tell you, and I don't even know what to say to my brother, R. Collins. He tried the dare. He tried me. I live on the edgy side. I didn't go back and actually look at the comments. Did anybody say anything about what they heard? I mean, that was amazing.
I don't think anybody said anything about what they heard. Thankfully, they might not have, heard it. So that might be a good thing.
Oh my God. I think the throwing up part on the air really got me, brother. I mean, it's the texture that actually hits your mouth, or what was it? The thought?
I am definitely a texture kind of individual, for sure. I am, tomatoes, what is that? Certain peppers, just certain things that can really mess me up. I mean, it just, that's me.
Well,
and then when you're talking about, insects or things you see on the ground, things you shouldn't be putting in your mouth, I'm a little superficial. You gotta forgive me, but I can't do it.
Listen, a lot of people was like, R. Collins, you shouldn't have did Rebel like that because she gonna follow through.
I didn't think you were gonna do it. I'm gonna just be real. I didn't think you were gonna do it. So.
And I guess it was a fun take. That's the best thing about going live. Like,
yeah,
we don't have time to edit it. You get what you see raw and uncut.
It was live,
Super
you know.
personality.
We might have to start doing some pre-recordings.
Oh my God.
edit. You know, I wish I would have pre-recorded that. Edited made it seem like I ate worm, and really did it.
A lot of my friends were like, Rachel, you're disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
You know, I don't care. I live on the
Hey, you live once, you know. I'm not gonna lie. There's some things that I'm going to be doing that is going to be outside of the norm of what I normally would do.
Okay.
You know, probably not hopping out of a plane or anything like that. One of the things I did with my wife, and that was hopping on a helicopter.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yes, we rode on a helicopter, and I was terrified, but
didn't you ride it or something? Didn't you drive it? I thought you drove it or something. The pilot let you.
It was just a horrible experience, you know, for a little while. My heart was racing. I was sweating. I tried to look like I was being the man. Really, I was somewhat being the woman, and it just wasn't a good look for me.
Well, there's some strong women out there, you know.
There's a lot of strong women out there.
You know, shout out to our cousin Janae. Hi, Janae. We missed you in the studio tonight, and we hope you're well. She is definitely serving our country right now, and she is in the armed services. So
that's a blessing, especially through the pandemic.
Through the pandemic. She's been behind the scenes. A lot of our younger African American and people of color have been in the military, and a lot of times the military itself, you know, America doesn't accept them for who they are. Right?
That is true.
And so
definitely
just keeping them in their prayers, our prayers, and helping them along the way.
We definitely got to do that, because anybody that is willing to go and, you know, fight for our country or whatever aspect of the military they're in, through COVID and through what we're going through right now with everything on the planet that's going on, you know, I salute you 1,000%.
Definitely a salute. So shout out and thank you for always tuning in.
Also, I wanted to bring up that I ate a worm, you guys, last show, okay?
And, and he totally crushed it. He didn't crush it, y'all. He didn't crush it. I thought you was at least going to be able to hold it down, like on air, and then
I honestly felt.
Members like no.
I honestly felt okay for the first few, like a minute or so, and I don't know. My stomach was like, no, this is not what it is. It's not.
And it was so good. It was crispy and crunchy and you know, I bit the head off my cricket. It was wonderful.
That's horrible.
Swallowed it, and it was good. It tasted between a Rice Krispie treat and a whatchamacallit.
Are you a Rice Krispie?
And a whatchamacallit. Y'all remember those little wafer chocolate covered candy bars called whatchamacallit? That's what it tasted like. So
wow.
You know, you live and you learn.
Yeah, I guess you do. You know, I mean, I've done a few daring things, you know. And
you know it.
Another thing is
what happened?
Me and my wife also, we went what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Jet skiing. Now, don't judge me, y'all. Okay. I mean, I know black people, we don't do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we do. We live. Yes, we do.
We don't live like this.
Down in Miami and all that.
You know, like going. We do.
Yeah, down in Miami, and they always on some jet skis, water.
I just don't see a lot of black people petting bears or.
No, we don't.
Or being friendly with lions, or
we ain't friendly with the lions.
Going, you know, just jumping out of planes. Some of us do, but a lot of us don't. But one thing that we did do that was pretty interesting, we jet skied over crocodile-infested waters. We
Listen
did.
To me,
yeah.
Jesus.
We did that. We did that. And let me explain to you guys. They actually made us sign a contract that if we were to get eaten by a crocodile, that they were not liable. That was a contract we signed. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up.
Can you just imagine you and some just go rah, and just get you?
I was scared the whole time.
I couldn't even imagine that.
I don't even know what I was thinking, y'all.
Who do you call on? You call on Jesus? Do you call on forgiveness? Do you say mama?
At that point,
crocodile coming at you, you feel me? Like
at that point, the time is limited. I don't know if you'll have enough time to call on anybody at that point. Because those things move quick. They're like piranhas, they move real quick. As soon as they see you, and if it's a bunch of them, whoo. Yeah. But see, we were moving so fast, it wasn't like filled with crocodiles. There were crocodiles here and there, but we were moving quick. We went around, came back, and I don't know. It was just a very terrifying experience, but fun, and my heart was racing, and it brought me a lot of adrenaline.
Well, you got to live your best life. We took a couple tours. We did the tour there. They're touring off of Old Sacramento. They got a couple of ferries. They got a floating bar, if that's your thing, where you pedal.
Oh, yeah.
And you sing.
I love those things.
Listen to karaoke and on the river in Sacramento. So we did that for my sister's birthday. Actually got on a riverboat, was able to take a tour of Sacramento River. So that was awesome. And, I had my baby blessed this last Sunday.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, and just offered him back up to God.
Awesome.
That's his creator. We did that in the Japanese garden, and that was wonderful to be one with nature. It was beautiful,
and it was an all white affair.
All white.
All white.
We were all in white.
Isn't that awesome?
And a lot of y'all ain't gonna be able to wear white. Ching, that went right over y'all head.
Oh my God. Hey, one thing about that, the blood of Christ washes white as snow. Wear your white.
There you go.
Wear your
y'all
white.
Heard that, sister?
Ain't nobody
when
judging you.
They say you can't wear your white, you better wear your white.
Wear your white, girl.
The blood of Jesus. Yes, Lord.
Oh man.
So yeah, we were able to offer him back to his creator and blessings over him. And it was just beautiful to have the entire garden. I want to give a shout out to his godmother and godfather, the Briscoes. They've been there since day one. And all of my family and extended friends, they were there. Love you all. And also want to shout out to my photographer.
He did a good job.
Yeah.
He did a good job.
Really dope. I'll be posting some of his work. But his name is Antonio McIntyre. And you can actually find him on his Instagram with C-Boy Photography. And it's spelled C-B-O-I photography. And so he actually comes in and he'll shoot. He's really good with people. Very honest. You know how you got something on your teeth or your hair ain't messed up. He ain't gonna shoot you.
He ain't no hater, basically.
Right. And he's high-end photography, right? Had the equipment, the gear, the lighting, even in the garden. So we had a lot of dope backgrounds that we were able to take. And they caught me with the samurai in my white dress. You know, I have my samurai swords.
Watch it.
For a lot of y'all that don't know, I love martial arts. And I love the Asian arts. So we were able to do that. And so that was dope. We played around a little bit with the photography. And so shout out to him. And hopefully he'll be able to post some of my work. I give him permission. Make sure you get the best angle, Antonio. Thank you very much. So on to exciting news. So again, we're opening back up. We're supposed to be scheduled to open. Again, Stockton is floating in between the orange and the red tier. And so we're needing help from everyone to either get vaccinated or get tested because they don't know where we actually stand in this county. And it's preventing businesses from opening back up like they should be in Northern California here in Greater San Joaquin. So we are having Juneteenth. Everybody, yay!
Yes. It's going to be pretty dope.
The Black community has came together and collaborated. The Black Chamber of Commerce, Business Chamber of Commerce, and the Juneteenth Council. We have a National Juneteenth Council. Shout out to them.
Yes, definitely.
And so they are the elders of the community, and they welcome the youth together to come together in a combined effort to bring you Juneteenth this year. And it was short notice, but we did it. And with the help of Art Collins, the People Empowerment Center, myself, Aaron Chapman, Balloons Over Bullets, Damar Johnson, and also now our next sponsor, Center Stage. We have Center Stage as a sponsor and a co-host to that. So they're coming in and we're getting this all together, y'all. We're excited. So we have
Really excited.
We have the panel members today. They're in the queue. We're going to bring them in, and we're going to talk about how the collaboration has been unfolding. We're super excited, and we just kind of want to share with you some of the information that we've been doing to actually bring Juneteenth to you all this year.
Definitely, this is going to be a dope experience.
So I wonder if our panel members, are they ready? You see it? Are they queued up? Hello, Miss Terry Monroe. We have Miss Terry Monroe. She is the vice president of the Chamber of Commerce, our business, Black Chamber of Commerce here in Stockton. And as you can see, she is busy working away.
I heard that.
And is her mic unmuted?
It is not unmuted.
Okay, we're just gonna test.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, very good. Hello, Miss Monroe.
Hi, how are you, ladies and gentlemen, doing?
We're
Great,
doing
great.
wonderful. Thank you. And I think we have someone else in the queue.
No, I'll let someone
Okay.
talk.
So, Miss Terry Monroe, if you can come into the camera just a little bit better so everyone can see you. I want you to plug everything, put everything out there. Tell us about the membership with the Black Chamber of Business Commerce, the benefits. Let's start there first, and then let's go on to our collaborative work on Juneteenth.
Okay. I've been with the Chamber for about 3 years now, since 2018. When I first moved up here in Stockton, because I'm not born and raised from here, but I'm from the Bay Area and from Los Angeles. When I moved to Stockton, I looked around to see what was going on in the city of Stockton. You know, the who's who are the groups, who are the players here. You know, I got a chance to talk with Rachel from the People's Empowerment Group, and the African American Chamber has sort of been invisible. And my question was, why? And then it was all this talk about, you know, Black people coming together, and the young people are bored, and the old people are set in their ways, and different things going on. So the Juneteenth festival was a perfect opportunity for all of us to come together.
Yeah.
And my dream and vision was to have all of the Afro-American people not only be a part of the chamber, the Afro-American Chamber of Stockton, but also to come together to do events and annually to show the city who we are and what we can do. Mm-hmm. So my question was, why isn't everybody a part of the Afro-American Chamber? What's going on? We got the Hispanic Chamber that's getting all the money. We got the Greater Stockton Chamber getting all the money. We got the Asian Chamber getting all the money. What's wrong with us?
Right.
Yeah, come on.
What's wrong with us?
Let them know.
You know, and then here we go with the traffic directors, you know, the different levels of chiefs in charge, you know, the presidents don't this one, that one, and everybody wants to have their say. My attitude is like this. If you're a traffic director, that means you got to roll up your sleeves and get busy.
Come on now.
Number one.
Speak that.
Number two is, what difference does it make if you're president of the United States and you're not doing nothing for your people?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing anything for the Black people, or are you just president title? Are you CFO of the people, or are you just CFO for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the chamber is not for everybody. There's some people that are rich and famous and got it going on. They don't need to be a part of the chamber, but there's small businesses here in the city of Stockton that know nothing and are getting nothing and are frustrated. So the chambers can really tell you how to get a piece of that pie.
Okay.
How to get funding, how to get grant money, how to level up your business, and
Really?
how to do it for free. You know, there's people out there paying money to all these other people.
Yes.
And when you're part of the chamber, you're paying one dues for the whole year. You're not paying $125 a month.
Okay.
You're not paying $1,000 to be a member. You don't even have to have a business. Just support your local African American chamber and see what it does for you. I know with me, with my business, I just started it over again because I was very successful in the Bay Area. But up here, I'm kind of partnered with Carl Davis Jr. of the San Jose Afro American Chamber,
Okay.
and everybody's a part of him. He's one of those go-getters. So the chamber does offer a lot of things for our Black people in the community. All these individual groups starting up a nonprofit, hoping to get money, it just doesn't work that way.
It don't work that way. Okay.
There's powers in the city of Stockton that if you don't know who's who and who the powers that be behind the scenes, who's behind the veil, who's calling the shots, who has favor, if you're not a part of a chamber, then you're twisting in the wind.
Mm.
So that's why I became one, because I want to know who's running the city besides
Mm.
the mayor.
Now, you want to, and even we're not a mayor run city. We're actually a city manager run city. And a lot of people don't
Mhm,
know that the mayor only governs over city limits and does not govern over San Joaquin County limits.
mhm,
So we're split in three different distinct ways. Whereas, it's the San Joaquin County Council. Is it the San Joaquin County Council that actually runs, or the board of supervisors
mhm,
that runs and governs county affairs, and then the city board that actually governs city right mandates and
mhm.
proposals. So and that's another thing. I think the chamber can really help orchestrate some of the needs of the Black community, and when
Yes,
it
we
comes
can.
to economic development, financial literacy. So tell us about some of the ongoing trainings that you all have. And I do understand that you have a pop up every last Friday. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I just came from one actually. This is the 30th of April, so they had a pop up, and a lot more vendors were out there. We're in partner with the El Casilio group, and the Latinos and the Hispanic folks come out and support them in droves. And our people are still gun shy about supporting anything that Black people are doing. You should have your foot on the ground and be ready to run.
Yeah, come
Um,
on.
it's a wonderful thing. You just bring your table, set up your tent, display your wares, because while it's free, why not? Because when you go to the Juneteenth festival, the same table setup is going to cost you $75 or $100. Um, so this way, you get to start promoting yourself even before June the 19th. And we had food people. We had a lady doing fried fish and French fries and doing onion rings for $5. We
See,
had
good stuff.
Yeah.
we had the chicken man come out, and he's super chicken man. He's everywhere selling his dinners for $5. Okay, and he does catering, and he does festivals, and he does events that you guys want to do for $5 per person. We had people selling clothes. We had folks up. We had ladies that were giving away ice cream and popsicles to the kids. We had another vendor doing free lemonades and mango drinks. All kinds of goodies are going on. And while it's free, that's when we should race to the spot. It's
Yes.
not costing us anything to promote. Free advertising is always a good thing. That's
Right.
every Friday, last Friday of the month, every month. Why not? Even if it's $25, it's worth it.
And where are you located with this pop up?
The pop-ups are at the Fremont Park on San Joaquin, right across from the federal building, 445 San Joaquin, street. So it's that whole San Joaquin goes all the way around to Fremont, all the way around to Lindsay, Sutter, just that whole area right there. You can't miss it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so, what are people needing to bring? Do they need their tents? Do they need their own tables and chairs? What do they need?
They need to bring everything they need that represents them. I was out there representing the chamber for the membership table. So I had a nice 8-foot table out there, blanketed, couple of chairs, some packets. Sold 2 packets already because people were just jazzed about everything. It's like, oh, wow, look at this. So you get the, oh, wow, look at this. We had music playing. We had a band. We had line dancing going on. We just had a lot of fun out there. It was
Wow.
beautiful, 75 degrees, nice little breeze. We had a massage lady out there. You sit in the chair, she gives you a massage. Mhm.
Okay.
And
What's up?
we had a lady that sells smell goods, called Scentsy. We had another table out there, just different things going on. The only thing I missed was some of the drinks, the water and the drinks, but there was some stuff out there to buy. No more than $5.
Okay.
Hmm.
So it's like a little
Okay.
flea market.
Where do we plan on having the Juneteenth for this year? Do we have a
So
set
yeah,
location yet?
we do. We have a set location. And so would you like to update us, Miss Terry Monroe?
Okay, I am excited that the Weber Point Park over there, where where the water is over there, Weber Point, and they have the
Fountain.
big tent over there. I was told that somebody put a deposit down on that park last year, and they get first dibs. And that group or organization was the Juneteenth Foundation.
There you go.
Come on.
Okay,
Come on.
so we know who's behind the veil to make this, to give approval on this thing. Now I'm gonna let y'all know that I sit on the board of supervisors that runs the city, that runs the county. There are 6 district council people that sit on that board, and the doctor that says what level that we're on as far as the virus is concerned. I can tell you this: all of the Afro-American Chamber people that run the chamber have been vaccinated. Okay, so we know that they're saying, oh, well, the city hasn't made up their mind, this and that, but we know better. Okay, we know because there's 2 people in charge of that. And on this Tuesday coming up, I will be sitting on the board of supervisors to hear what level we are as far as the virus is concerned and how many of the parks and things that they're opening. Now, Fremont Park is open. And there was police sitting right there across the street looking at us, wondering, well, what are we doing over there? So they all got on their bicycles and came over to check us out. So that park is pretty huge. I mean, it was no problem being over there at all. And guess what? Didn't cost us not one dime. And then plus all the vendors got fed for free.
Wow.
That's always good.
That is awesome.
So we're going to have it.
Yeah,
we're going to have that festival. The city is going to be quite surprised to see if all come together and all the young people come together. And that's what we want. We want the young people to run stuff. We don't want them to run away. We want them to run too.
We definitely want to reach the young people.
So we're just gonna plan like it's gonna be open tomorrow. Cinco de Mayo's having their little thing going on at the, and then the Asparagus Festival's having their little thing going on. Why can't we have the Juneteenth Festival for our Afro-American brothers and sisters?
Right.
I'm an advocate for it.
Yeah.
And advocating and unifying and showing that unified structure and that force really will get people excited. So you can actually visit the Chamber's website. Juneteenth, do they have a website, Miss Monroe, where people can visit?
I can't hear you guys.
Can you hear us okay? While Miss Monroe is trying to get back online, you can
I can't hear you guys.
Okay. I guess you had a call coming in, Miss Monroe. Do you want, Miss Monroe, do you want to exit out and then come back in? So exit out and then come back in. While we're trying to fix Miss Monroe, a lot of times when we have our people who come on air, they actually are using their cell phone. And so if somebody is calling them, it kicks them off the StreamYard. But it looks like she's back.
I can't hear you guys. Can you hear me?
No.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
You can hear me?
We're talking in the back office with Miss Monroe, for those of you that can't, because you can't see it, but we can hear and see her. So
okay, because somebody tried to call in and they messed up the volume on you all's podcast. So what was your question before then?
So can you hear us okay now?
I have my phone to my ear, so when whatever your question was, when I answer it, I'll move it away.
We're gonna kick you out and bring you back in.
Okay.
So while we're trying to reset her, you can go to the People's Empowerment Center, www.thepeoplesempowermentctr.org. and actually see the flyer there. You can actually donate. You can donate to the chamber and you can donate to the Juneteenth Council. They actually have a website here for San Joaquin. We're actually on Facebook. The Facebook event is live, so you can follow the Facebook event. We will be putting updates of Juneteenth. Vending information and applications are going out right now. Currently, right now, the vending applications are open to everyone. We are honoring those individuals who did not get a chance to vend last year, but they will be able to vend this year. We'll be honoring those applications that were placed last year. And also, just I want to talk a little bit about the importance of bringing the youth in. Now, Balloons Over Bullets, Aaron Chapman, and myself, we are considered millennials. We're very involved in our community as community activists, advocates. Our Colin also is a millennial, and he is activated in his community. And it was very important for us to come to our elders, acknowledge that they had something already sustainable, and actually bring that collaborative together. And so, Miss Monroe, I think the elders really loved us with open arms. Some of the youth were surprised, right? Because again, there's this disconnect. There's this disconnect.
Yeah, huge disconnect.
Right, with our elders sometimes, and sometimes our elders are not up to par on like how social media works or like how all of our social platforms work.
Definitely.
So we miss that connect.
They have their own way of doing things, and the younger people have theirs. And when you put the two together, it becomes a very beautiful thing. And that's why I know that this event is going to be extremely successful. Also, what kind of things do we have going on during the event?
Activities.
We got car shows and different
things. Miss Monroe, do you want to talk a little bit about the activities, and I'll talk about some of the activities that I know we'll be collaborating on.
Okay. I have a sort of a checklist of some of the main things that Miss Rachel was talking about. And I love it when you said that the young people, when they come together, they were quite surprised. And I have to chuckle at that because they weren't surprised. They were surprised that we probably wouldn't welcome them with open arms. But the surprise is that, the older generation wants the young people to participate and just to be involved and have the patience to kind of work with us, because a lot of us are a little insecure about not knowing the technology, and that's what you guys do extremely well in excellence. So I'm not intimidated that I don't know what a podcast is or what streaming is on live broadcast and what's on Facebook. We're going to go live on Facebook next Wednesday, and we're all looking at each other like, what is that kind of thing? So you guys help us and show us and train us, and it's exciting. In order to do events, you have to have technologies, some kind of knowledge about it, or you just die in the water. Nobody's ever going to hear of you. Who are you? Where are you?
Right.
So with the Juneteenth,
that's important.
So with the Juneteenth festival, we have a kids corner, and then we have Balloons Over Bullet that's going to orchestrate the activities for the children. We're going to have games and balloon fights and different things that can teach the young people how to, have activities, get along, and have things without violence. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the motto.
All of our vendors are welcome. All of them. I mean, even at this pop-up, I had people say, I don't know anything about the Juneteenth. Where's the packet so I can be a vendor? So that's just going to be off the chain. And the food is going to be off the chain. We're going to have a poetry slam. One of the ladies that is over the poetry slam, her name is Tama Brisbane. She is one of my church sisters. She goes to my church. So I know her whole family. I know her ex, and her daughter. They're just absolutely outstanding. Her daughter has won awards all over the country and had been invited all over the country to do her spoken word and her poetry. So no one is going to be disappointed by that arena. And then we have fashion show going on. There are several different designers that are coming to the forefront, including one of our own from the Afro American Chamber, Things, Things, and More Things. That's always exciting. You know, young people like to strut. Okay. Bike and car show, something different. We have it over here at the Swinson Golf Course. So it's going to be a wonderful thing to see all the cars, different kinds of bikes. That's just going to be something to look at. We have the community mass choir. We have a gospel section where,
Oh, now. Come
yeah,
on. And
we have,
that's actually going to be directed by Charles Buddy Ware Jr.
Mhm.
He is a well-known director and producer out here in Stockton. So we are excited about that, aren't we?
Yes, and we're going to have probably one or two bands. The Juneteenth Foundation knows of a band that's very, very popular in Sacramento. They normally, I'll just put it this way, they normally charge about $5,000 to perform. They're going to come perform for us for maybe under $1,000.
That's awesome.
Maybe under $1,000. They said it just depends.
Show some love. Show some love.
That's
There's
what it's
13
about.
of them, what I just discovered, and they're called hip something, but we'll get the name confirmed as far as what their name is. But they've confirmed to come down here and perform for us.
That's awesome.
We have the healing tent. Some people really they're stressed out about what's going on in society, and this will be a perfect thing. You know, Miss Rachel is going to set that up. The healing tent or the healing circle. We're going to have the drum beat, where there's a guy,
we're going to have
he's
a
either
sacred
Jamaican or someone. What is he?
We'll have a sacred drum circle that will be sponsored by an African instructor. So bring your children out. They'll learn how to play the djembes and also other drums, and just understand what it means to come together. Obviously, you know, masks are going to be enforced, and we are going to social distance. I think it's 3 feet now. It's not 6 feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 3 feet now. And some people are not social distancing, but we want to take precautions. But we want to expose our community to different ways on how we heal. We're currently working on also having a sound bath or a sound therapist come out, and that's where they have the sound bowls and they heal with vibration.
Now let me ask you this. With the healing tents, what kind of people with what kind of issues can come to this healing tent?
Awesome. Thank you for asking that. So this healing tent is just an alternative therapy to showing how you heal from intergenerational trauma, loss, pain, or any type of suffering that you may have. And it's a way for you to come together and connect with therapeutic services and just show another way of healing. So some people are into meditation. We're actually going to have yoga as and we're going to have an exercise to show you how you can get within yourself, try to meditate, bring your stress level down. A lot of people were stressed out during this pandemic. We weren't taught that all the time, generationally. So to pass this knowledge over to the community is very vital to our survival. It's very vital to our mental health and stability, and just trying to survive this pandemic together. So everyone is welcome. And we're just going to be showing different ways of healing, right? There's going to be massages out there also. So look for the healing tent. I will be stationed there, also connecting and accepting new clients for therapy services. If you have some type of traumatic trauma or been a victim of trauma, you may be able to get free therapeutic services.
That's awesome.
And so I will have a sign-up table. I or another clinician will contact you to have that free therapeutic service available to you. So come out, tell your friends and family. Are we missing anything else? Did we touch on everything? I know there is a potential dance competition.
Also a car show too.
Yeah, she said that.
Oh, okay, she said the car show. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we do have a dance competition. A new girl just came on. It was Girls of Color Dance Studio. They're going to perform for us, and that's going to be an exciting thing to see. So a lot of people will see a lot of young people really getting on the forefront to make this festival grand. And that's what we want to do. We want to make it grand. Everybody's on board. Everybody has their segment. They can be the head chief in charge of their segment where they feel like they're in charge of something. And the Juneteenth Foundation, which are the elders, as Rachel refers to us, just kind of oversee everything and make sure that everything's working and all the components come together and we don't go into each other's territory with all of these events because we can't do it by ourselves. So this is
Yeah.
wonderful. We're looking forward to it. We're excited. And we want the young people to be able to do this every year on a
Yes.
grand
Yes.
scale.
Yes.
They are looking for young people to join the foundation and the council. So if you want to be a part of collaborating and bringing new ideas to Juneteenth next year, you need to contact Miss Terry Monroe. Miss Terry Monroe, I will actually put your information in the chat so people can actually call you and contact the chamber and ask for you. And so we'll put your chamber. Go ahead and state your name. I'm sorry, your email and your telephone right now for us.
Okay, you want me to put that in the chat?
Sure.
Yeah.
So you can do that in the chat. Also, we have a new sponsor that came forth. They're Center Stage. We want to give a shout out to Center Stage.
Big shout out.
We are coordinating a all Black event post Friday that will be tied into Juneteenth and is an adult party where we're going to be celebrating Juneteenth. We're going to be wearing all Black, coming your finest all Black. We're going to be lifting up our emancipation. And so we're going to get more information on that. But if you follow the event, we'll post all of the updated information there on Facebook so you can see that. Again, if you want vending information, you can contact myself, Miss Terry Monroe. And we also have another person that's available, Miss Gloria Johnson, to be contacted for vending opportunities. And so we just wanted to uplift that they will be putting a historical piece in there. We missed the art gallery and the historical gallery that we're going to be talking about the various events that led us to where we're at now. The theme moving forward for Juneteenth
That's
is
powerful.
going to be powerful.
That is powerful. And for those of you who are new to Juneteenth or who have never been to a Juneteenth, what is the date of Juneteenth? Because you got some people out there that just don't know, aren't educated.
And when you tell us the date, Miss Terry, tell us a little bit, just a short skimming of why we celebrate Juneteenth.
Oh my goodness. Okay, who knows our heritage? Who knows our heritage? The Juneteenth is just the emancipation of Black folks that have became free and they're celebrating their freedom. We had a Black Wall Street once upon a time where all the Blacks came together with their businesses and their wares and their goods. And all of us went and bought wares and goods from each other, because once upon a time, the white generation told us that we had to stay in one particular area. We couldn't cross over the line in Oklahoma. Okay, so this should be something we should look forward to, that we can all come together, bring our wares, our talents, our gifts, our things that we sell, our businesses, and do the same thing that we did with Black Wall Street back in Oklahoma. So June the 19th. June the 19th is the actual day that we were emancipated, 1865.
This is why it is so important for us to celebrate and for us to come together. And I think that this is going to be a very, very, very beautiful, successful, what is the word I'm looking for? Cohesive event, collective event like none other. And guess what? Each year is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. We got everybody working together on this. And I think that I can't wait to see what it's going to look like in the future. I know that there's a lot of big things for the Juneteenth out here because, you see a lot of different events going on with other nationalities and other events in other cities. But here in Stockton, we kind of we're a little lax on what we do here.
Well, there's some fire starters here. I'm one of them, and
I'm another.
right, and we're ready.
Okay.
There's a new renaissance approaching of Black youth here. They have been empowered by what they've been seeing in the past administration. They're on fire. They're on fire on the good way to give back to the community, and to bring forth, that new responsibility, accountability for your brethren. So we are excited.
Extremely
Yes,
excited.
we are.
So we're going to have components, and we want you all to stay tuned. Please mark if you're going or if you're interested, so we'll know how many people to expect. Make sure you bring your mask, and there will be every type of food that's out there, vendors, merchant vendors, African vendors. This is where I get all my products, my shea butter, right? My beads,
All of it.
anything that I need.
Beads, shea
my
butter.
sage, anything that I need. Because we actually go back to our roots, our kente cloth, our African fabrics, our fashion, and let's support the Black dollar. Let our Black dollar. Don't come empty-handed. I said it. Okay, I said it. Don't come up in here.
Bring some chalupas, okay?
Come on now.
Bring
some money.
Don't be stingy. I mean, we be so quick to go
Right?
spend money at Walmart and
Come on, y'all.
Target and all these other places. And speaking of the fabrics, African fabrics are some of the most beautiful fabrics. Like some of the most beautiful colors, fabrics. Come on, y'all. Let's come together, work together. Like Rebel said, and Miss Monroe said, we need to do this and make it extremely successful. And if you're not there, you're gonna miss out on something.
If y'all negotiating, make sure it's a good negotiation. These are people who are working hard. They're coming out of a
don't give them family
folks,
bargain center prices.
But sometimes as Black folks, we tend to do that. We tend to try to negotiate a person down. Pay the Black people and their businesses what they worth, y'all. Bring your dollar out. You know what I'm saying? If you say I got a set limit, I'm gonna spend $200 with some merchants and some vendors, do just that.
Definitely.
Because you're sowing a seed into their business, y'all.
Man.
Shout out.
Preach.
and what's gonna happen eventually is, because I've owned businesses here in Stockton and I got no support from my people, right? So
Really?
yeah, not at all. Like, I owned a salon / barbershop, and the support that I got was very minimal. I opened it up in the hood, and it was very minimal. And I think that we need to start supporting each other more. And guess what? You're going to start seeing more of us popping up with businesses, more of us popping up being successful. Don't be jealous of the next person who is successful, because guess what? That is a stepping stone for you to become successful, because you have somebody to look at that is successful, that looks like you, not like anybody else, that looks like you, that is growing. And guess what? Subconsciously, and you can tell yourself you can do it too, and then put it into action in reality.
And in reality, this pandemic has taught us not to rely on the system.
Man.
A lot of you all have been intergenerational system breeders, meaning that you have relied on the system. It's time to put forth that entrepreneur spirit, right? And get it underneath yourself, believe in yourself, and connect with your chamber. Your chamber has opportunities. They have funds. They have grants, scholarships, fellowships.
Man.
And you're supporting that. Those funds go back into the community. So
yes.
When you pay your membership, they put on events like Juneteenth, and they put on pop-ups that allows for that community to come together. So it's all recycled, y'all.
It is. And it's to help you.
Right.
Like, don't get it twisted. This helps you. Don't feel like I'm helping them, and it helps you. It helps us.
Where's the money going? Who's getting the money?
It's like when we're voting. Yeah, exactly. It's like when we're voting people in. We say, "Oh, my vote doesn't count." Just like we sometimes think, "Oh, my dollar doesn't count." Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
It does count.
I forgot what we spent on retail. The retail dollar is like $20 billion for it's a weird number, and it's huge that the black dollar actually spends out of our pockets. And so we have spending power. Use it within your community.
Yes.
So we want to thank you, Miss Monroe. Please,
Yeah.
please, please, if you haven't done it already before we log off here, that you drop your information in the chat.
Please do that.
So they can contact you about membership, vending opportunities, and any other thing, just connecting them. Can you at least state the website that they can go, the Chamber's
Okay.
website?
To be a part of the chamber, the website, we have a beautiful website. It's AACCOFSJ.org.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
There you go.
And everything you need to know is there.
And thank you for coming on tonight and
Yes.
taking your time for us. We appreciate
Okay.
you.
Really
Thank you for
appreciate you,
having
Miss
me.
Monroe.
Okay.
Thank you for
Miss
having me.
Monroe.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
And so you have all the information at your fingertips. My membership is in there. I believe in, if I'm giving it to you, I'm doing it also. And so I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I'm proud of you for the contribution that you have put towards Juneteenth. Her contribution has been extremely heavy. She is, along with some of the others, really spearheaded this thing more than you guys know. Putting a lot of things together on the back end. So when you guys see Miss Rebel Ray on Juneteenth, go ahead and go and holler at her, and give her a hug or something. And
if you're scared to hug, I'm a fist bump.
Fist bump.
Fist bump, elbow, whatever we doing.
Only if you got your shot. Go give her a hug. Now I'm playing.
But it's all love, and I love my brother and my sister. And if you are a business owner and you're watching this later on, know that we give shout outs for, we give plugs on our podcast. We believe in that. We believe in supporting small business. So all you have to do is write into us or drop it down in the chat. We do go over the comments later on.
Yes.
Just to support that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we're not going to be eating no more insects, are we?
Fear factor is over with.
We're done.
I did my one thing on the bucket list.
Wait, I'm just trying to figure out the falsetto. And listen, a lot of my friends, when I showed them, because they watched it after, I said, "Look at Archon's hit this note," and they laughed so hard. You hit that falsetto. You said, "Ooh, ah, ooh."
You know what? I believe it because I don't know. That sent me somewhere where I've never been in my life. Who would have thought eating a bug would send you somewhere that you have never been?
Oh my God, send me somewhere I've never been.
You
need to stop it.
Listen.
You stop that.
I don't even know what I felt during that time. I just blanked out, y'all. I'm gonna just be real.
Y'all didn't pay attention. He came back with a whole nother outfit.
Well,
it was that serious.
Well, let me tell y'all. The reason why I did that is because I partially threw up on the outfit that I was wearing. So I didn't want to come on the show and gross anybody out with a partially
that's too much
vomited outfit. So
we gotta have a little fun in life.
We do. We gotta live. We gotta have fun. If you're not living, if you're not having fun, if you're not enjoying life, you tripping.
You tripping.
You really.
And it's time to start living, y'all. The pandemic hasn't taught us so many lessons. It's to live in the moment. Do what you want. Don't care about what anybody has to say. If you want to start that business, start that business.
Start it.
If you want to love that person.
Yes,
if you want
please.
To fix the self, meaning, all those things that you struggle with, insecurities, trauma, anything from your past, you let that go, walk forth in your future, seek out the therapeutic interventions that you need. You don't have to be, and I tell people this all
miserable.
The time, you don't have to be miserable.
Yeah, you don't have to be miserable.
You can be happy.
Yes.
You dictate your destiny. Other than your creator, you dictate your destiny and how you want to live your life.
Yeah, and I know this to be true, and I apply. I'm gonna just be real. If I didn't learn anything from this pandemic, one thing I have learned is loving self more,
Come on.
and not allowing myself to go to places that I know I shouldn't go. And I don't mean me going to Texas or
Shielding your
Kentucky.
mind. Shielding
I'm talking
your
about
mind.
mentally, and physically, vocally. There are places that I do not ever want to go again. Why? Because guess what? Tomorrow is not promised. Okay, it's not promised. I need my peace of mind. I need to love and be loved. I need to allow my eyes to see pleasurable places.
Yes.
I need to go for my dreams, because guess what? Tomorrow I may not be able to. Some of us are waking up and we're able to breathe fresh air, but tomorrow you may wake up and you may be paralyzed. You don't know. And I'm not speaking anything negative on people, but I'm just saying you just do not know what a day may bring, and you do not want to live in regret tomorrow. And I'm preaching to the choir, y'all.
And
okay,
that goes
I'm learning.
That goes for
every
your
day.
health too. If you want to be a health,
wow, it is.
If
say
you
that.
If you want to go
Come on.
for health all the way around, it's just not for your mental, but it's what you're putting in your body.
Speak that. Speak that.
America was hit hard, along with a lot of the other countries that are top nations, because we eat the way we feed our minds and how we do things, right?
Yes.
And all the time we don't feed our minds the right way.
We don't
put back into our bodies what we need. Take your vitamins, y'all exercise, and take that time out. Work sometimes has to wait. If you need your well-being and your spirit
take care
is
of
suffering,
yourself.
You go take care of that. Go on a retreat. Go camping. Get some fresh air. Go by the water. The water is my sacred place.
I love the water.
The wilderness,
man,
it just speaks to me. I can hear God very clearly there. And so you find your sacred place. You don't have to stay in the house because you don't got no money.
Man, look, you know what I told my wife? And this is when we first got married. Me and my wife told each other that we would not allow not having money to stop us from going and doing what we wanted to do. There are things you can do, places you can go without having a dime in your pocket. There is no excuse. And if you are at home and you are feeling lonely, if you are in a dark place, if you are in a bad mental state, let's start changing that. Let's start changing your environment. Let's start changing how you're thinking. You know what I like to do each day now? I like to listen. I'm feeding myself with positive things. I may go and I may get a Les Brown video, and
there you go.
I may motivate myself some of us are too busy smoking, drinking, listening to rap music and R&B music that ain't helping you, and it's feeding you with all this negative energy. Sometimes you got to take a break from all that nonsense,
because it's feeding that it's also feeding your spirit.
Even movies and shows, it is feeding your spirit.
I had to stop watching Dexter.
See, Dexter is a no-brainer. Especially if you a real gangster, Dexter is no bueno for you.
Listen.
Okay.
Now y'all know we used to own a funeral home, and I did my part. So I'm not scared to remove a body if I got to. I got training in that area.
No bueno for you.
But I had to stop watching Dexter. It was just doing something to my spirit. I was fretting, and everybody that looked like Dexter, I'm like, oh, he up to something. Don't do that to yourself.
No, and it's crazy.
Don't do that to yourself.
Rebel, it is crazy that you just brought that up. Because once you allow certain things in your spirit, right? Like, say, for instance, you're watching a depressing, what's the word? Soap opera.
The drama.
You know a show I hated the most? MASH. Oh, I hated that show.
Really? I love MASH.
But let me tell you why I hated the show. It's not what was going on. I mean, it was a good show. It was the music in the beginning. I just knew the day was going to be depressing, boring. I'm under my cover. The wind is outside. I'm not going out. Okay. Now, I brought that up to say this. Certain things that you watch, certain talk shows, soap operas, the Jerry Springers and
Hold
different
on, the
things,
gossiping. Hit the
the
gossiping.
gossiping and all that, and that's a big part of it too. Once it starts feeding you, those things come with other relatives.
Come on now.
You know,
And
so
familiar spirits. So
eh,
I'm gonna tap on that real quick.
yeah, tell them what the relatives are. If you add that.
So familiar spirits are those things that bothered your ancestors. They know your bloodline. They know the things that struggle, and they came up through the ranks, and they know what your goal is in life for your life path, what your anointing is, what your calling is. And so a lot of times you will find yourself attracted to those familiar spirits.
Yes.
And if they really are no good for you, right? Because they leave you stagnant. It leaves you confused. You do not get your goals in time. And it's actually listening, talking to individuals that are not on the positive.
Ooh, if you like,
and I'm on some deep stuff right now, and some of y'all need
that's
to
a
follow
whole
up
show
with me.
right there.
That's a whole show.
Yeah.
If you need to follow up with me on that, we can follow up. But familiar spirits know exactly what you're wanting, exactly what your needs are, because they're going to go against your needs, and exactly what your calling is, right? We all have a sacred purpose and a sacred calling. And a lot of us take years to find that sacred calling because you didn't listen. You didn't listen. And the anointing was trying to allow you to go one way and you listening to something else, right? And so gossiping by itself can do that to you. It can deter blessings that is laid up for you because you up here running your mouth. Trust me, because I've been on that side. I'm gonna tell it.
Me too. I mean,
I'm telling myself.
I've been on that side too, so I know.
Tell on me. And you have to have a repentant heart and move on so you can walk into your sacred purpose. It's a time for all things. It's a time to grow, a time to cry. What's the other one?
Time to play, time to love. I don't know, but I will say that you're making a lot of sense with what you're saying. One thing that can trouble you is talking to people that always have bad news, negative energy, nothing positive. They don't see the brighter side of things. Whenever they call, it's like, hey man, guess what happened? Such and such and such and such, and it's negative. It's not positive. It's not on the, hey man, you know what? God is good. Or, hey man, the sun is shining, man. I'm about to go for a bike ride. On the contrary, it may be like, man, the sun is shining, but not for long.
Right. And you have to self-regulate yourself too.
You do.
When you hear yourself talking negative talk about yourself or self-doubt, or a lot of people, we deal with new business ventures and we self-negative talk about it.
We talk ourselves out of
the blessing.
Out of the blessing. I do music, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing music for a long time. There was a time I got 2 views. There was a time I got 1 like, but I really didn't care. I had a passion for it. And not only that, I had to keep talking to myself. Hey, you know what? Regardless of whether I get a like or a comment or whatever, or anybody streaming my song or whatever, or downloading, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep pressing. I gotta keep going with what I love and with what makes me happy. So music is like just a big old diary for me. I'm able to just write about everything that I've experienced, and it's a release for me, so I'm never going to stop. And for those of us that have businesses and we get frustrated or we get upset because nobody is supporting you, or you're not believing in yourself and you feeling like it ain't working, I'm not making the money, kick that out of your mind. Oprah said one thing that was really powerful to me too. One thing you got to understand about business is, don't do nothing you don't love. Because guess what? Like Oprah said, she said,
Ain't no passion in it.
If you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life
Wow.
because you love it. It's not, you don't care who's there to support you or who doesn't, or who loves what you're doing. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you love what you're doing, and if you want to keep uh, cutting people's hair and you're not doing a good job, I mean, hey, I mean that's
Or
your
just
thing.
improve yourself.
Improve yourself.
The money that you're putting into buying some
Invest
Jordans,
in yourself.
invest in yourself.
Yes.
And I want to acknowledge your ability to be vulnerable in front of everybody and acknowledge that sometimes it is a struggle to be an artist and
It
to
is.
self-express,
Mhm.
especially what God has given you and actually expand your talents. I want to touch on the fact that your vision is not everyone else's.
Come on.
What God
Come on.
gives you, whether it
Come
be
on.
in your dreams, whether you're sitting, whether it be in lucid dreams, whatever the case may be, however how you downloading God's plan for you, it is for you. So everyone is not going to always understand it. He gave you the mechanisms and the roadmap to get it done. Trust in that. Trust yourself.
Don't stop.
And don't stop.
Don't stop.
Keep going. I just, put my fictitious business license in for my fourth business. I believe in myself. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna come and I'll showcase what I got going on with that business.
Mhm.
But you have to be sacred to yourself. You have to practice self-care, and that's actually taking in information
Yes.
that's going to be good for you. And
Yes.
some of the information that's not good for you, don't take that in. Leave it right there. And be okay with objective criticism, especially if it's coming from a loved one.
Yes, definitely.
Okay? If it's some
1000%.
improvement, take it as it is
Take it and keep going.
and keep it going. Keep it going.
It's
So
very important.
there's a lot of things that are going on in the world. We did have a couple of individuals after the Floyd trial who were executed by police brutality. We want to keep them and lift their families up in prayer, and all the ones around us in our greater Stockton community and greater San Joaquin that are still suffering from loss from this past pandemic. We are actually in, what month are we? March, April, May. So we're actually in the 14th month of the pandemic.
That's
It
crazy.
actually hit us in February, March, they say, but I think it was here way before then. They just didn't let us know.
Yeah.
But we are here on the 13th or 14th month, and keep prayerful for everyone.
Yeah.
Say a prayer.
Say a prayer, because I'm gonna be real. I was just looking at something in India. In India, the COVID cases are almost probably like 10 times more than the United States. They have
more people square capita.
they do, but they don't have the tools to kind of die this thing down. And it's just, they already have.
But that's how it was designed, and we're gonna have an actual subject matter on that, on
Yeah.
the design of this thing and how it was infiltrated. Because this thing just did not come out of nowhere. It was created
It did
in a
not.
lab.
That's what I think. It
And
wasn't
then,
no
I'm
bat.
gonna
It
be
wasn't
honest
no.
with you, it was the 1%ers that actually put it in. I don't care what y'all say. Get at me. Let's debate. You bring your facts, I bring my facts, right? And it was to create that world domination, that one world order, being able to drive the masses down.
Yes.
Control population.
Population control.
Resources, right? Think about all the cattle that we eat yearly and what that does. Genetic modification of our vegetables and our fruits and all other kind of artificial
Yes.
things. We're digesting that because there's really not enough to sustain us. So they have to kill some of us off. Now, you can get at me. That's
a
my
deep
view.
conversation.
That's a deep conversation. That's a whole nother segment, right? But we can have it. They control the economy, the pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Come on now.
It's but why I brought up India, just say a prayer for them.
Yeah,
say a prayer for our country. Say a prayer for people that are suffering, man. Because you got, if you're not suffering, there's somebody else out there that is.
Right.
And just appreciate life.
Appreciate your life.
Don't be angry. Don't be upset. Like all that stuff is, you know, I'm telling you, like that stuff holds you captive. You become a prisoner. Like let that stuff go.
Let that stuff go.
Be happy.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
All right, y'all. You know, we really appreciate the time that you guys are watching us. We had a few hiccups with our Facebook feed, so if you weren't able to connect with us via Facebook in some aspects, somewhere, we do apologize for that. We are going to be, working on seeing what's going on with that. But anyway, we appreciate you guys. Again, Miss Monroe, thank you for coming on the show and, just educating us on some things that, I didn't know. And I'm sure some of you all didn't know in regards to Juneteenth. Come on out.
Come on out. Let's celebrate. And
yes.
Could I say something? I've been telling every Black person I've been walking by, having Juneteenth, being excited, telling everybody, right? Because we have a chance to come together. And I hear some of y'all say, I don't go to no events in Stockton. They don't never have anything. You know why they don't never have anything? Because that attitude.
Yeah.
Let's change it.
Change the attitude.
We can be excellent. It's up to us.
Yes,
so
definitely.
Come out, execute, bring your money, and
bring a friend.
Spend it. Bring your family.
Bring your family.
Right? I'm taking vending applications and also applications for the classic car and bike show.
There you go.
Bring all them pretty things out.
I know y'all got some classics.
Be entertained. Mm-hmm. Bring the classics out.
Real quick, I would like to give a shout out to Miss Allison. Hey, friend, how you doing? She's a really beautiful person, good person.
We appreciate you, Miss Allison.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody who comes in with us each week and just tunes in. We got some really, really dope topics coming up, and you're not gonna want to miss. Okay?
Drink your water. Drink your water. It's getting hot.
Please,
don't fall out here.
Don't fall out.
Don't fall out.
Don't fall out. Drink your water.
Drink 1 gallon of water, but make sure you ain't sitting down. Some of y'all gotta exercise that out.
Please.
But like, share, and put the notifications on.
Hit that bell.
Come on, hit that bell.
Hit that bell. So you're not wondering when we're coming on, because sometimes we be on Black folks time and we don't start right at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Hey, see, there she go. All right, so we love y'all and we really appreciate all the support each week for our show. Thank you.
We salute y'all. All right.